How did roaming work on early 80s cell phones? Imagine a time when carrying a mobile phone was like holding a small brick, and using it outside your city was a whole new challenge. Back in the early 1980s, cell phones were just starting to appear, and the idea of roaming was still in its infancy. These phones mainly used analog systems like the Advanced Mobile Phone System in the United States and Nordic Mobile Telephony in Nordic countries. These systems weren't built to support moving from one network to another easily. Roaming meant more than just traveling. It was about connecting to different networks across regions or countries, which was complicated back then. The main issue was that different regions used different frequencies and signaling methods. Some systems used two-tone sequential paging, while others relied on DTMF or dual-tone multi-frequency signaling. Because of these differences, a phone from one country often couldn't work on another network without special equipment. There was no universal standard, so even if a phone could technically connect, billing and compatibility problems could happen. In the early 1980s, some progress was made with the Nordic mobile telephony system. It introduced limited regional roaming, allowing users in Finland, Sweden, Denmark, and Norway to make calls across borders. This was one of the first attempts to make roaming more practical. However, it was still limited and not widely available. The first international roaming agreement was signed in 1990 between Vodafone and Telecom Finland, which marked a big step toward making cross-border mobile use easier. For travelers, this meant that using a cell phone abroad was often a hassle. Phones might not work at all if the networks were incompatible. People had to buy local SIM cards or rent a phone that worked on the local network. Business travelers found this frustrating because they couldn't rely on their phones to stay connected across borders. Looking back at the 1980s, it's clear that early cell phones were more about the thrill of having a mobile device than seamless connectivity. The bulky size and limited coverage made it a novelty, and roaming was a rare luxury. It was a time of experimentation and hope for a future where phones could truly go anywhere. As technology advanced, roaming became easier, but in the early 80s, it was more of a challenge than a convenience.